I'm not gonna lie to you. The longer I've been in Ghana, I think I've been missing other places. So like the longer I've been in Accra, I've been thinking. You guys know I didn't really like Zambia like that, but I was literally thinking like, damn, I actually kind of enjoy Zambia, even though I didn't do shit. Whenever I was in, uh, whenever I was here in Accra, I was thinking about, damn, I actually, you guys know I'm going back to Thailand. Not because of this, but I was going anyway. But I started to think, damn, I actually kind of like Thailand.
Hi guys. So by now it's becoming very clear that Austin doesn't like Ghana. Like it is, it's not even doesn't like Ghana. He actively hates Ghana because there is, not liking something and actively hating, right? Those are two different things. Because Austin doesn't like a country when the women of that country do not make themselves available. But not liking is different from hating. With Ghana, he actively hates Ghana. He like there is you could see the passion with which he hates Ghana. But yeah, but other countries like he doesn't like a lot of countries, right? Because if the women of the country do not make themselves available, like Aston wants to pop up into a country for 10 days, and that's usually how long his visit would last. But within those 10 days, he expects the women to contact him through TikTok and set up a date with him. And I say set up a date because it's usually the women who pick the restaurant they're gonna go, and sometimes it's even the women who pick the menu items. So within those 10 days, he wants them to contact him through TikTok or IG and set up a date with him and show him good time. And when they fail to do that, then the country is not good. He hates the country now. He doesn't like the country. I mean, we've seen that with Tanzania because Tanzanian women are like they don't want to date someone who is not going to take them seriously. Now he doesn't like Tanzania. Rwandan women, he says they are always locked in their house, so he doesn't like Rwanda. Ugandan women, there were too many men, not that many women, so now he doesn't like Uganda. Zambian women, he calls them ugly, but we know why. But he doesn't like Zambia. So we are used to that. And usually he doesn't spend days and hours and days attacking that country. He doesn't attack every part of that country. He doesn't, most importantly, he rarely attacks the men of that country. Usually his venom is directed towards the women. And like I said, he just doesn't like the country. He doesn't go he doesn't actively hate the country. But with Ghana, it is different. He hates Ghana. He hates Ghana with a passion. Like it almost looked like, he hates it so much that whenever he finds little fault in the country, it is magnified for him. Like when he had that live, that rambling live where he doubled down on his attack against African women. Um, he said he went without electricity or internet for 4 hours. And the way he talked about it, because it happened in Ghana, the way he talked about it, you would think he was put in concentration camp for 4 hours. Like he made it, I'm almost sure that this like going without electricity or internet for 4 hours has happened some other African country, but because he hates Ghana so much that that 4 hour probably felt like, you know 4 months. So the hate for Ghana is so deep in him. He hates Ghana so much, and it's not just me saying it, even his own subscribers, the members of his channel are noticing it. And in fact, in one of the lives, one person noted that Austin, the only thing Austin likes about Ghana is the weather, and I don't even think he likes the weather that much. Not because the weather is bad, but because it is the weather of Ghana. I think that's how much he hates Ghana. Even the things he likes, he will not like them when they happen in Ghana. So, and it is very obvious, right? He hates everything about Ghana. He had a video of him comparing Ghana and Kenya. It's like I think yeah, I am actually looking at the live video. It is Nairobi, Kenya versus Accra, Ghana, and I mean, in every almost in every matrix he used, Kenya came on top.
Now, customer service. Customer service is A1 in Nairobi, as you guys know it. They say their favorite word in Nairobi is "you're welcome." Well, I guess it's a phrase. You're welcome. You get in the Uber, everybody's super, super nice. Not saying that they're not nice here, but it's not uncommon for you to speak to the Uber driver here and he ignores you like he didn't hear shit. And I said that the first time I got here, 3 days into me being here. It's still true.
And usually he does this, right? He likes to compare cities and countries and stuff like that, right? But usually he is more fair. But with this one, it's almost like, Ghana could not do anything right. And he even had another live, like titled, "Was Accra, Ghana Oversold to Black Americans?" And in that live, he, I mean, I think he tried to do, I guess he tried to do the good part of Ghana versus bad part of Ghana, but he spent probably like 5 minutes on the good, part of like what is good about Ghana, and almost like the rest of the 1 hour and 30 minutes of the live, he spent attacking Ghana. So it is very obvious that he hates Ghana. And one more thing, Austin usually just doesn't like or hates the women of a country. He usually, like the men, he either leaves them alone, or if he has, like criticism for them, it is usually very mild, and it's usually directed like at one or two, like at specific men. It's not, he doesn't hate the, all the men in that country, right? Like the way he does, like in Zambia, he thinks the women are ugly, but he rarely says anything bad, mean about the men. Almost every other country he goes, right? But with Ghana, he says mean things about the men, mean things about the women, mean things about the country. Like he hates everything and anything about Ghana. And like I said, even his followers were noticing it and, making comment about it. And like, because the men he usually lives alone, right? But with Ghanaian men, he tries to imply that they were not friendly, and it is like his hatred for Ghana is not limited to the Ghanaian women. It is to everyone, right? And I'm like, why that? Because he, like I said, usually he doesn't like a country because the women didn't make themselves available to him, or the beaches were not, because let's be honest, this guy is going around Africa looking for Brazil, right? So when he goes to a beach, a country with a beach, he expects to find Brazil, like the Brazilian beach life. He expects to find it in that country, and when he doesn't find it, he doesn't like the country any longer, right?
Uh, no, it's not that I was here for 2 days and nobody goes to the beach. It just so happens every African country I go to, nobody's at the beach. But I didn't say nobody was at the beach. I said people were here at the beach. They were just fully dressed.
But like I said, he the hatred is usually limited to the women, or maybe the beach, or but it's not to the whole country, and definitely it rarely includes the men. But with Ghana, he hates anything, everything, and everyone in Ghana, right? So I am like wondering what is causing all this hatred, all this venom, all this nastiness towards Ghana. Then on that live, that trash live he made attacking African women, he mentioned about how Ghanaians were telling him that they know his shoe size.
I love false narratives. I love it when you guys decide what shoe size I wear.
And I thought that comment was strange. I mean, and he didn't elaborate. And I thought maybe, shoe size has something to do with his actual height, because maybe, if your shoe size is small, your height, you are, short. Like maybe his height is shorter than, the average Ghanaian man, and that is making him feel insecure. Like the Ghanaian men are taller than him, and that, is reviving his inferiority complex that he might have, in America, because probably the average American man is taller than him. And I thought maybe that's why, he feels inferior to uh, he feels inferior to Ghanaian men because of his height, and that inferiority complex is leading him to to transfer that hatred to the Ghanaian men, to the whole country, to the women, to everything and anything in Ghana. That is what I thought. But a lot of Ghanaian, and by the way, I am not the only one who thinks that Ghanaian men are making him feel inferior. His own supporters are saying the same thing.
Okay, let's go to the next point. And then somebody's trying to say that, oh, Austin can't compete with the guy that there's no that's not the case. I
So, but and for me, I thought, like I said, the cause of the inferiority is his height. That's what I thought. He feels that Ghanaian men are better than him because they are taller. And I have talked about his ego. And when you have such an inflated ego, it's usually which Austin has a very inflated ego, and inflated ego usually comes from feeling of from a suppressed feeling of inferiority complex, right? So that, and I thought, like I said, I thought it was to do with his height. But a lot of Ghanaians came and they're like, to my comment section, they're like, no, it's not because of his height. It is because in Ghana there are quite a few Ghanaian men who have more money than he does.
don't think that just because you dress nice, you're gonna win. That's not gonna make you win over here. I can already see that. You can be as clean as you want. That shit doesn't matter. It's gonna be a mix of how you look, your mouthpiece, and what do you actually have. Because if you guys seen the first vlog, there's not there's a good amount of men out here that have nice things that can snatch attention away from you. There's a good amount of men out here that can make women stop texting you back when she sees this other guy. Just like Atlanta, just like Dallas, just like New York, not that different.
There are more people, especially around the community hang out with. There are probably a lot of people who make more money than he does, and so he is no more the big fish that he was in East Africa. So that is causing him to feel to have inferiority complex, right? His inferiority complex is coming back, and but whenever his ego is wounded, because now he is being reminded that he is not. his American dollars are not big deal any longer. So whenever and that is wounding his ego, what that's making him feel inferior. And whenever he feels wounded, his ego is wounded. Whenever what he does is he reacts in a very I don't want to say violent, but very he punches hard, right? So he, like, we've seen it when Kesa left him. He started spreading all kinds of ugly rumors about her, and now that Ghanaian men are making him feel inferior, he is attacking the whole country. He hates everything and anything about that country, and it is very like uh, it's very obvious that this guy has some deep-seated problems, right? That he has to deal with, that he has to see, an expert about. Um, but yeah, it is. It's not what I said was because of the height, but a lot of Ghanaians, who I mean, Ghanaians are experts on Ghana, and they tell me that Ghanaians really are not that tall. They're I mean, and I believe it because poor countries usually tend to, the people in poor countries usually tend to be short. It's not the height, it is the fact that there are quite a few Ghanaians who have more money than him. But it is not the height thing, it's the money. And it is, I mean, yeah, he does hate Ghana because of Ghanaian men. Ghanaian men are making him feel inferior. Um, and the thing is that he cannot say enough bad things about Ghanaian women. There is almost nothing good he could say about Ghanaian women. He calls them stuck up, he calls them materialistic, he calls them every bad thing, like they're in the book. And after a while you start to realize the hatred almost seems personal. It's not like a guy not finding girls attractive anymore, or like a guy not finding the personality of girls attractive to him. It felt so personal, and now we know it's because he's transferring the hatred he has towards Ghanaian men. He's transferring it to the women. He's transferring it to the country itself. And yeah, so I mean, he hates Ghana so much that Zambia is looking attractive, looking he is starting to actually miss Zambia, uh, compare, I guess, because he hates Ghana that much that compared to Ghana, Zambia looks like a decent place. And remember, Zambia is the country where the women were literally giving him the middle finger on camera. So, but still, he hates Ghana so much now that Zambia is starting to look good. So yeah, but we know it is because Ghanaian men are making him feel inferior, and yeah. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. Let me know. Bye bye.